to the live final round broadcast of the World Juniors 2017. Today is the last round, and actually it's going to be extremely exciting as to who would win. Will it be Praggnanandhaa, Aryantari, maybe it's Alexienko, or even Arvind Chidambaram? So top four games are going to be the most interesting, and I have with me Amruta, who is here. Amruta, what do you think about Praggnanandha's chances today?
I'm not really sure, but I feel last round is tremendous pressure and it wouldn't be so easy for him. And yeah, we should not be having extreme high hopes.
That's what I was talking. We have one user, Rajendra Bhatt, who says hi. Hi to Rajendra. Uh, that's what I was talking about. Praggnanandhaa is just 12 years old and he already has the hopes of the entire nation behind him. That's too much for a young kid.
Exactly.
But, well, I hope that he's not reading our posts, he's not listening to stuff, he's focused on the job at hand. Saif Ali says hi. So, before starting off the game, I would like more people to join in. We already have the round kicked off, and Praggnanandhaa has chosen a very interesting opening. I would just like you to know what is the current scenario. The leader right now is Aryantari with 8 points. He is the sole leader. Praggnanandhaa, Arvind Chidambaram, Zhu Jiangyu, Jordan Van Forest, and Kirill Alexienko. These 5 players are on 7.5, and all of them have a slight chance to become the world champion. So it's really one of the most exciting World Junior Championships I've seen in recent times. And 11 rounds does make it more exciting. If it were 13, maybe things would have cleared up by then. So Praggnanandhaa over here is playing with the black pieces, and in a way, if he wants to win this title, he is in a must-win scenario. If he doesn't win this, then he has no chance. So his opening choice is very interesting. His opponent played knight to f3. That's what Praggnanandhaa always plays, and then he replies with knight f6. Pragg plays knight f6, c4, e6, trying for some classical lines, knight c3, d5, d4. So are we going to see some kind of a very solid Queen's Gambit decline? I don't think so, because Pragg is in a must-win scenario and bishop e7 doesn't suit his requirements at all. So he went for the move d into c4. Very interesting move. It starts the Vienna Gambit, which is overall white sacrificing a pawn, and I think for the situation this is a good choice by Pragg. It is one of the favorites of Nihal Sarin, who plays it with black. So maybe Pragg spoke with Nihal before the game and the two came to some conclusion. e4 was played. e3 is another move which is pretty solid. e4, bishop b4, so you still cannot take this pawn because of knight e4. In fact, you can, that's the gambit. The other move here is bishop to g5 that white can play, but Rasmus took the pawn on c4. Now Pragg took knight e4, castles, knight into c3. This is all standard stuff until now. B into c3, and you have to retreat the bishop to e7. If you take the pawn here, then after rook b1, or even I think bishop a3, stopping castling, but rook b1 looks good, and after, let's say, black castles, then rook b3 and bishop a3, and this is a very strong attack. Knight e5, the rook joins in on the king side, so it's a pretty strong attack. So black never takes this pawn. He retreats bishop e7. That's a fine move. knight e5, castles, queen g4. So this is all opening theory, nothing new until now. And Pragg goes for knight c6. Now in general, white has enough compensation here to recover his pawn. He could even go for this line with knight c6, bc6, although not so great. It's playable for sure. Rook e1 is the main move. So I would like to ask the readers, what exactly is white's compensation here? What do you think? Because he's a pawn down, what is the main compensation for white? Well, in general, development, says Amit Pandey, and yes, you are completely right. The development
Piece
of
activity.
yes, piece activity. White's pieces are extremely active. Black is lagging behind in development. Mainly the bishop on c8 doesn't have really a good place to go. And even if you keep exchanging pieces, still white will have much more activity. And so it's not so easy in this. Knight e5 is possible over here, I think, but the main move is f5 in this position, pushing the queen away. Queen went to f3. This is what Svane played. Queen f3. Now I am just checking if more moves have been made. Yes, they have been. I'm just trying to see what are the other moves that have been played here after queen f3. Yeah, knight into e5 was taken. Rook into e5 makes complete sense. And after this, Pragg went king h8. Now this position, I'm just checking in. Kaustav Chatterjee says this is Nihal's favorite line. Yes, that's what I mentioned, the Vienna, and that's what also we are thinking, that Nihal and Pragg might have had some kind of a talk before the game, possible. So rook into e5, king h8 was played over here, and white went back rook e1. Now this has been played by Ding Liren against Georg Mayer in 2012, quite an old game, 5 years ago. There are other games which have continued over here. Bishop f4 is one move. Rook e2 has been played. So there are a lot of moves.
In general, how is the score for white?
I think white has been scoring pretty well over here, but I think it has been draws mainly. It's a very solid line for black. So I think bishop into e6 would be normal, yes, to recover your pawn. And this is what was seen in one of the games, Lalit Babu versus Swapnil. But after bishop d6, you attack the rook. I think Swapnil went rook e2 back, and then black took bishop into e6, rook into e6, and queen d7, and you can see that the rooks have been connected, the bishop has been activated, so black has no real problems, and this is just equal. So if we go back, we realize that taking this pawn frees black's position completely. You shouldn't take the pawn, and that is why rook e2 or rook e1 is correct, and rook e1 was played by Rasmus. And over here Praggnanandhaa is to play, and he's still thinking. So what do you think should be the idea? I feel that bishop d6 can be a possible move over here for black. He's not afraid of giving up this pawn, of course, that's what we have already seen. And white can play bishop to f4. So finally the idea is, if you can get a position like this, then the extra pawn makes no real sense. You have a complete dark square blockade, and this guy here is really upset. he has no future. So how does black counter a move like bishop f4? There is a game between Tigran Gharamian, who was black. I have great respect for that player. I have played against him as well. He took actually here queen f4 and he played queen to d6. And this move is nice because after rook e5 he was able to develop bishop d7, rook a e1, rook f6, and somehow black has been able to keep his extra pawn here. I am sure white has excellent compensation for the pawn, that's beyond doubt. Um, but it is not so certain if white has a big advantage. Uh, it should be around even, and that's what is going to happen, I think, in this game. Pragg is going to have a position where he will be a pawn up. White is going to have compensation, and he has to keep finding ways to pose problems for white.
So how much is he thinking right now?
Yeah, I think
Is this
he
his
is
preparation or he's out
his
of
preparation is already ended, so he's 10 minutes into thinking already over here.
it? Ah,
And Vimal Avasti says, great show, congratulations to your team. Thank you so much. Vishal Kamath asks, bishop develop on b7 good or not? I don't think you are anyway going to get this to develop here with the queen, also e6 weakness.
can
So that's
black
not
try
good.
c5 or it's too early?
Over here, yes, this is a possible move. Yeah, this is not so bad.
Normally you will break the center, yeah?
Yeah, if you are able to break the center, then it's good, but in a way you are behind in development, so
Correct.
you have to be careful on that front. I'm thinking, what if I just
Bishop e3.
play bishop f4, and if you take the pawn, I might even think of sacrificing another pawn with cd, or get my rook into the game with rook a d1.
No, I will definitely not take on d4 so early.
Yeah,
But then what was my point of c5, right?
yeah, if I get rook d1
Yes.
and bishop e5,
I agree, it's not a very good idea.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether your move is bad. In fact, it's possible to play this way.
Timing doesn't seem so good.
c5. I'm seeing, yes, this is what Georg Meyer played against Ding Liren. So your move is not at all silly. Bishop f4 was again Ding Liren's move.
But
so
Ding
we-
Liren would have beat him.
Yeah, he did beat him.
CD Rook D1, I would never go in a position with such passive
Yes, rook a d1 was played. But
ideas.
And the thing is, you don't even have this move queen c7 to attack the bishop, as that square is covered. So after bishop f6 was played in that game, cd4, I think white can be very happy with what he has achieved here. More open lines for his pieces. His bishop is still struggling to get developed. So that's definitely slight advantage for white.
Yes.
So that's a good choice, Amruta. Good suggestion. Although I'm having a feeling that BD6 has to be played by Pragg over here.
Yeah, I like BD6 ideas. Yes, digital board definitely. We just need a majority of people to say we like digital board. We are not yet sure what works the best, and if digital board works the best, then I'm free.
Yeah. The digital board, or even we are thinking of doing it on 2D board on the screen. That's also possible. Omkar Chakradev says, bad opening choice by Pragg. Well, I wouldn't say very bad or something like this, but definitely not something where you have great winning chances. Although we must remember the game between Nihal Sarin as black against Bluebaum from Sharjah Masters, where Nihal was able to beat the German player with the black pieces. Uh, it requires ambition from white player. If white is ambitious, then black's opening choice is good. And
I think Praggnanandhaa's opponent is going to be ambitious for sure.
yes, I think so. So Rasmus has nothing to lose here, or even nothing to gain in a way. He's on 7 points. Most probably, he won't finish on the podium. He just wants to beat Praggnanandhaa. He did beat a future world champion, so that that could be a possibility.
Yep.
Yeah, someone asked what was the thing. Vishal Girdhar said, I missed opening, please explain. I think once the stream ends, you will be able to go back and check out all the explanations. Also, you will get to see my predictions and what are the possibilities in this round. So, that's what you can do. Um Pal Lovum says, everyone is so enslaved by technology. So, maybe he likes this. Chessboard and making moves with hands, but technology helps you to make things smoother and faster, so in that sense it is good. Okay, so just a quick update. Prague is still thinking. There are other games, three more games which are very important. I will try to give you a small update. Van Forest is white against Tari, and he has an interesting gioco piano position. It was the Italian played by both the players. This is the top board encounter, and one where I think high chances of white winning. This is my prediction. Van Forest. Right now the position is around even, but anything can happen in that game. It's an interesting game. Uh, Another game which is interesting is Zhu Xiangyu versus Arvind. Arvind is black and he chose the tango, which goes d4, knight f6, c4, knight c6. This was played by Arvind. An interesting choice. He's playing for a win against the Chinese player.
Who comes up with such names like Tango?
Yeah, that's nice because it's called the two knights tango. So it's played quite a lot by few Indian players.
Maybe while drinking that famous tango juice, they found a variation.
What is tango juice? Tang, you mean?
Oh, yeah, tang.
Or maybe you wanted to say mango juice.
Yeah.
Okay. Mohammad Yassin is already making predictions. First is Aryan Tari and third is Praggnanandhaa. I don't think this is going to happen. Okay, let's look at other games here. Alexienko versus Petrosian is also a pretty interesting game. This is one more game. If Alexienko wins, he has chances to win the gold. So, interesting battle. Okay, guys, so this is where Prague's game is right now standing. I won't take more of your time right now. I will be coming back after a short while to see more of the moves being made, but as of now I would say interesting position. Anything is possible. Definitely white has the upper hand at this point, mainly because he is well prepared. But Prague's moves are not so difficult. I think just play bishop d6, bishop d7 at some point. I don't know. He will try to defend this e6 pawn. Some things he will find moves. Most probably it will be a draw. I don't know.
Gaurish Baliga has a tournament in Chembur.
Today I have a tournament in Chembur. Well, I hope you. I wish you all the best, and I hope that you play like Prague and play excellently.
If Prague comes joint first, can he still get a GM norm or
He has
title?
already scored a GM norm.
No.
So the question was, will he get another GM norm
Yeah.
if he comes joint
Correct.
first?
Because
I don't
they.
think so.
Ah.
I don't think so. He will get another. One is the max he can get for a tournament. That's what I feel. And Mohammad Yassin says he has one on next Friday. So everyone here is actually playing tournaments, and they might get good ideas from this live stream and games of the top players, which is very nice in a way.
Yeah, it's always good to have this kind of audience.
Yes. all chess lovers, and this is very nice. In fact, we have another guy, Omkar Chakradev, who makes videos on YouTube in Marathi, which is
Yeah, they
also
are
very nice.
nice.
I watch them, so that's very nice. And Abhijit says, why doesn't Amruta come in front of camera and explain? I think Abhijit will do this next video. Amruta will be in front of the camera.
No.
Dishav says C5 has been played. Yes, Dishav, I just saw that. C5 has been played. An immediate move by Svane. Amruta, it's your move suggestion. C5, Prag has played it.
Really?
Yeah.
But I'm not very happy about it. I would have felt better if you would have gone for bishop d6.
Yes, and also Bishop F4 was played by Rasmus,
Ah.
so he is prepared. He
Yes,
knows the
definitely.
Ding game, and Ronak Lazarus says, has Prag become the youngest GM in the world? This is a common misconception that a GM norm means he has become a GM. No, he needs to score two more norms, so that's important.
Totally, there are 4 steps
Yes,
to make
four
your title.
steps. One, you have to reach 2500, and another 3 is you have to score 3 GM norms. So that's 4 steps. But if you win World Juniors, that's one direct way to become a GM. So that's what we all are hoping for, that Prag can take that shortcut.
Okay, great.
And Amit Pandey says, why don't you push for becoming a GM, Sagar? I only feel that as human beings, we all have our limitations. You don't have all the time to do everything. I made a conscious decision to promote chess in India and to work for that. And well, the downside is I don't have enough time to prepare. Of course, I'm watching all these top games, updating myself with theory, so I'm not so rusty. If someone asks me to play you in a game tomorrow, I think I can play decently.
I remember in Aerofloat when you were playing, your opponents were, many of them were Fedosiv's friends, and Fedosiv helped them prepare against you to trick you in the opening, and they were not able to trick you at all. And towards the end,
Well, sometimes you have some good events, but in general, I would say yes. Opening wise, I have some good knowledge, so it's not very easy. Of course, I have been tricked many times in the past, but definitely I will try for my GM title at some point for sure.
yes. Okay.
I think the stream went offline. Yeah, there's some problem.
No? At least it's going on here.
Okay.
I don't know. So maybe we can finish right now.
Yeah, we can finish. Bishop f4 was played and Prag is thinking. So we'll come back in some time and keep you updated with what's going on.